Sir, let us not go to the Asia Pacific. You know the situation with that panda too. It is no different from a lunatic. You can play around with him if you want. Let us send a reconnaissance drone or something. That is all manageable. At worst, he will just shine a laser at us. But if we bring the entire aircraft carrier group home, he will definitely launch those missiles, like his Dongfeng 21D and the Dongfeng 26. That is a game changer. We can't gamble with our own lives. The panda does not dare to shoot. Hello everyone, I am the one who listens to the wind. Dear fans, hello everyone, and welcome back to our story. You see, in this world, there are not many countries that truly have sovereignty. You can count them on your fingers, and we are talking about major powers here. As for those small Pacific nations, they are not included in this list. How many countries in all of Europe can truly assert their own positions? There are over 100 U.S. military bases across Europe, countries living under constant fire coverage. Can they really have sovereignty? So in all of Europe, blah blah blah, there are just two, an Englishman, and France is a bit shaky too. He dares to resist from time to time, but it won't be long before he gets taken down by that big beauty. Let us not mention Africa, and let us not mention Australia either. What we have discussed in the previous episodes is quite clear. Cuba and Venezuela in South America. Others are barely hanging on. Let us not talk about North America. Let us not talk about the Arctic either. So how many countries in the world truly have sovereignty? How many do you think? Just count for yourself and you will know. Russia counts as one, right? Other countries in this region are either small or have U.S. military bases. Speaking of which, the public intellectuals then say, oh, I do not care whether they have sovereignty or not, as long as the people have dignity. And as long as there is money, isn't it enough to just live well? What about that saying? It is particularly misleading. At first glance, it seems very reasonable. Yeah, as long as you live well, that is enough. Having money is enough. But think about it. What is the difference between this and the pigs raised on a farm? When it is mealtime, they just feed you with feed. You do not have to worry about food or drink. You think you are very happy. But when the new year comes, just take a look. You will end up as sausage. Let us take a little notebook and use an example. He was in the early 1970s. The economy begins to take off. So why did the economy start to take off? It is because they transferred the outdated industrial chain to their country, so they can just open their mouths and eat a bit. Just like pigs being fed. The fatter they get by the mid-1980s. Then it took shape, the little notebook from the year of the pig. Singh felt it. Oh, I am getting economically stronger. Singh, I am now the second largest GDP in the world. Looks like I still need to stick with America. Sticking with America means there is food to eat. This big beauty in the late 80s, just kick open the pig pen, without a word. Grab that little notebook and head to the slaughtering table. First, bleed it out, then skin it. Look at Singh's economy from the early 1990s until now. Singh has been surviving on negative interest rates. The entire pillar industry's equity all ended up in the big beautiful pocket. Young people have no hope. Old people are just passing time. In these 30 years, even the height of the renminbi has shrunk. It has completely become a hopeless country. I remember in 2022, it experienced a continuous trade deficit for 16 months. Just think about it. That is a small island nation. No resources at all relying on imported raw materials to produce high value-added products and then export them to countries with favorable profit margins. Surprisingly, there has been a trade deficit for 16 consecutive months. Isn't this leading to national ruin? Just take a look at now. This is 2024. That little book's economy just took a breath of relief. That big beauty can't draw blood from the panda now. Turning around, I thought of the little book again. Once again, it was on the slaughtering table. It drained the last drop of blood. You see, half a month ago, the little book announced an interest rate hike. Just him. Shingo Goja. Does he dare to raise interest rates? You can see for yourself. When did the small cap stocks raise interest rates this century? August 2000. The small cap stocks announced a rate hike. The consequence was the burst of the global internet bubble, leading to the Nasdaq index plummeting for over 2 years. Then from July 2006 to February 2007, a total of 2 rate hikes triggered the U.S. subprime mortgage crisis, global financial panic. And then, 2 weeks ago, he raised rates again. This is going to be disastrous. Look at me. the world's top military blogger, and now I am talking about the economy. Alright, let us stop here. We were about to continue the storytelling we left off with. Where did we leave off? It seems we went off topic right from the start. This time, we have gone a bit too far. Let us start over, Sing. In the last chapter, we talked about, since that little booklet's Jin-san died, then the local faction of that little notebook was completely gone. Sing lost the local faction. Sing only has the daytime faction left. It can be said that since July 8th, 2022, this little notebook has met the conditions for a second Ukraine. It can go to war with the Panda at any time. South of the Sing Peninsula. No need to mention that Sing Xiaoyin comes from a prosecutor background. Look at that little Han. What about the prosecutor and their family? It is like being in the D Special Investigations Unit. That is a lot of power. If you like watching Korean dramas, you will notice that the prosecutor in Korean dramas, damn, it is Sing Jong-dao. Sing exists like a god. I remember there was a movie. What was it called? The King? Download it and take a look. Sing is like the Eastern Bureau in Korea, controlling everything above and below. The air in the middle pipe, why has no one from Sing Zhaoan's family had a good ending? You see, every term of the leadership ends up falling into the hands of this prosecutor. Whose side is this prosecutor on? Sing listens to the beautiful one. Sing's connections. It is exactly the same as the Special Investigations Unit of the Little Notebook. To join, you must return from studying in the United States. Listen, I remember the 19th episode of Sing Electronic Bullet, right? I have already talked about it. Sing, early 2022. That little yen is in power. Sing is another hidden pawn, set up by the Big Beauty. So the southern part of this peninsula already has all the elements of Ukraine, ready to sacrifice the whole country for the Big Beauty at any time. Sin, the Philippines and pineapples are the same. You see, to deal with the Big Bear, the Big Beauty has prepared one. Ukraine is prepared to deal with the Panda. He has prepared 74. And in different directions, this is the Asian monster house. Sing's combat power is much stronger than Ukraine's. Now there is just one fuse left. Who will light this fuse for Sing? That beautiful one, glance to the left. Xing Fengli does not have the guts. The Philippines does not have Sing's strength. What about these two from Sing? They are just a bunch of nonsense, gathering courage. That beautiful girl, glance to the right, Sing Zhaohan, and the notebook, these two can't even handle the post-80s generation. This is July 2022. Sing's rockets are as if they are free. One after another. No one can stand it. Sing, the beautiful girl, took a look. None of them are useful. Looks like I have to step in again. Xiaobinzi, Xiaohan, Xiaoma, Rookie, everyone. Watch carefully. As soon as I go in, none of you are allowed to step back. These 5 followers keep nodding. Hey boss, don't worry. As long as you give the order, we will rush in. When Big Beauty heard this, she nodded. The people's hearts can be won over. 1,000 orders are given. The USS Reagan aircraft carrier has re-entered the Asia-Pacific. Hey, why is it called re-entering the Asia-Pacific? Hey, have you forgotten? It was back in May, during the electromagnetic battle at Xinjiang, when our Liaoning was driven out of the Asia-Pacific. At that time, the commander of the Reagan aircraft carrier group, our old acquaintance, George Wekbu, received this order. If you are not familiar with it, you can take a look ahead. The events in episodes 17 and 18 involve them. He is the one who has fallen at Panda's doorstep. He knows how ruthless Panda can be, but there's a saying, military orders are as heavy as mountains. Sing Shangcheng has now issued new orders to let him re-enter Asia-Pacific. Do you think he dares not go? So he has to go, no matter what. But he knows in his heart, what is the point if I go? 2 months ago, I was already ready to go all out and fight, and they deployed the Jingdongfeng 21D missile there. Wouldn't I have to sneak away in disgrace? How do you fight them? It is really pointless to go again. As a soldier, George Wakefield really does not want to go back. It is so embarrassing. But he also does not dare to disobey orders from above. Ah, this alley has 2 ends. One end is a madman, the other is a dog. Neither end is good. Just when George Wakefield was in a dilemma, this expert began to give guidance. Who is this expert? Ah, it is the captain of the aircraft carrier here, Fred Gedhammer. Well, some people said, isn't that Captain George Wakefield? Yes, George Wakefield. It is the chief of staff of the Reagan aircraft carrier battle group. They oversee the entire group. Major General Singh, captain of the USS Reagan. Singh is a colonel. Singh is quite good at this. He is under George W. Bush. It is just that he manages a relatively large ship. So Gadahammer looked at the leader with a full smile on his face. Singh understood very clearly that the leader no longer wanted to go to Asia Pacific, and Gadahammer also did not want to go anymore. That last battle, we lost everything. Singh's actions speak volumes about whether there is hope. After a major battle in May, the entire aircraft carrier group lost confidence. So Gadahammer did not want to go either, but he could not refuse the order. So Gadahammer went up to him. He said to the leader, "George Wakefield, sir, let us not go to the Asia Pacific. You know the situation with the Panda? Singh is no different from a madman. You are just playing around with him. All right, let us send a reconnaissance plane or something over. That can be arranged. At most, he would just shine a laser at it. But we could send the entire aircraft carrier group to his place. He would definitely still set up that missile. That is Xingdongfeng 21D. And there is Xingdongfeng 26. That is the artifact for flipping the table. We can't bet our heads on this. The Panda does not dare to shoot. That is too passive. That kind of person, the Panda, he can do anything. He dares to use a tracked vehicle for a plane in his district. What if we provoke him into anger? Then our fleet will be destroyed. That is a small matter. If he unleashes a barrage of arrows, the entire Pacific Fleet Command would be wiped out completely. You see, would the city above fight a nuclear war with that Panda? Definitely not. We are not that important." Hearing this, George Wakeford's face darkened boldly. 696 kilowatt-hours. The military above, do you dare not obey? What about this Gadahammer? Not only unafraid, but instead, he chuckles. "I am telling you, boss. Please let me finish what I have to say. I am not saying we should not go. We can take our fleet. Just cruise around Panda's waters. Is it not okay to go offshore? Let us not get too close." George Wakeford pondered for a moment. "You said that is not possible. Let us go over there. How do we get there? Look at the map drawn by the Panda family. They have included the entire South China Sea as part of their home. So how do we walk around the edges? If we walk around the edges, we will end up in Indonesia. This is impossible to explain. This knot is really tricky." Pasting on a non-existent mustache, the three of them have their clever plans. That George Wakefield is furious. "You useless fool. Stop beating around the bush. Hurry up and say what this knot is about." The leader is interested. Quickly apologize to the adult. "You tend to forget things, Your Excellency. Outside our aircraft carrier fleet, there is another ship assigned to you." George Wake suddenly had a bright idea. "Are you talking about that broken ship? Send him there." Gadahammer chuckled behind, flattering the wise. "Your Excellency." "Yes, that is the broken ship. Send him there. HMS Forth. He served in 1994. So it has been almost 30 years since it was launched. Therefore, within our aircraft carrier task force, it does not have an official crew. It is considered temporary staff. You call him up. Let us go to Indonesia and cheer him on." When George Wakefield heard this, he hesitated for a moment without giving a clear answer. Then he sighed and said, "This does not seem very good. This Ford model is indeed an Alleyblog E-type. Usually, it shakes and sways even when driven a bit fast." "Let him go then. Isn't that just asking for trouble? What if that Panda decides to take action against him? I am afraid none of them will survive on that ship." Singh Nakamoto took a look. The leader seemed hesitant. Kian then quietly said, "My lord, look, they have sent us to the Asia Pacific again. What is the purpose of that? Isn't it just to use our lives? To ignite this fuse? Then if we do not sacrifice some people, this fuse won't be lit. Rather than having our entire fleet light the fuse, why not let the Bond fortune do it? It will also leave some seeds for our team." When George Wickham heard this, he thought to himself, "This Gadahammer is not bad. He said what I dared not say. The idea was his. If anything happens in the future, it has nothing to do with me." George Wakefield looks pained. I patted Gadahammer on the shoulder and said, "Little Mo, it is rare for you to consider the bigger picture. Then it has to be you. Pass on my orders." Commander Ben Fu is ordered to set out immediately for the South China Sea. He must reach the Sisha Islands before July 13th. Then, this military convoy was dispatched. The captain of the Fude, Jas Tiha, has received this order. Originally, Captain Jas Tiha was planning to stay on this old ship and retire. Singh is, after all, an Alibaba Blog E-type. But the performance is not good. Singh has been in the water for 30 years. It is leaking everywhere. Electricity is just muddling through the system. No love from dad. No care from mom. There is no one above. And there is no money below. But at least it is quiet here. Usually stationed in Ryukyu, with nothing to do. He gets drunk, bullying the local people. Life is pretty comfortable. Today, I suddenly received this mission order. Justin just stood there in a daze. I thought to myself, is not this leader a bit unsuitable? Even though I am not part of your aircraft carrier strike group, in nicer terms, I am called an independent unit. In less flattering terms, I am just a temp worker. You usually hand out rice dumplings and mooncakes, but you forget about me, the one sent to die. Now you remember me, that is not very loyal of you. But military orders are as heavy as a mountain. This GST does not dare to disobey orders. Kian is holding this military order and is frozen on the spot. As the ancient saying goes, when faced with difficulties, do not be afraid. Within 10 steps, there must be great wisdom. Look at this on the fort. The wealthy are coming over. Does the superior want us to go and die? GSC was stunned. Such military secrets are so confidential. How do you know? Defu casually twirls his fan, and even pretends to have a non-existent beard. With our broken sword, good opportunities definitely won't come to us. They will be the first to send us to our deaths. This is only a matter of time. Justin looked at Dafu. He thought, hey, this dog-headed strategist has some skills. He straightened his clothes. He deeply bowed to the doctor and said, Sir, please save me. The doctor took a look. Oh dear, the chief is like this. Then I can't keep my composure anymore. It is about revealing your clever plans openly. I say, Your Excellency, he wants us to go to Zisha. If we go or not, it would violate military orders. And Jiasi Miao said, with our broken boat, we are heading to Panda's place. If Panda does not kill us, then Panda Sing Deheng, I know all his tricks. He will definitely interfere with us. He might even puncture the bottom of our boat. Then, when we are about to drown, he will pretend to slowly rescue us. He will say we were saved, and it will be on their news broadcast. A few years ago, I often visited their place, which time was not a complete mess. Back then, we had not fallen out yet. Now things are tense with the Panda. I heard they even had a fight a couple of months ago. Goodness, at this time, we should just go home. Isn't that just asking for trouble? This big shot is calm and collected, waiting for this GST. Yes, sir. Let us go back. It depends on how we choose to go. Joss's eyes lit up. I am eager to hear more. The doctor just said, before we leave, we should prepare first. No matter if it is a compass or not, it is still the star chart. It is still the navigation chart. Let us buy a set of both. Let us spend a little more money. Hire an old fisherman from the Ryukyu Islands. He can go with us. Anyway, it will ensure our ship. In case the navigation system fails, we won't lose it. We can still bring it back. This is it. Josti's eyes lit up. Wow, you are really something. He and this rich guy hit it off immediately. They quickly split up to take action. Goodness, he just pulled out his phone. Shopping on Taobao. What is a star chart? What is a nautical chart? What is a compass? What is a entrenching tool? These two immediately turn into travel buddies. Same as Yi. At the same time, once again, the crew on the ship are stockpiling fresh water and canned food. All the shells in the shipyard are being thrown out. The missiles are also being unloaded, making space. All the supplies are being loaded in. It is packed to the brim. These 24 hours are coming. Xingjius is standing in the shipyard. Xing's living supplies are everywhere. Even the toilet paper for wiping is piled up like a mountain. Xingjiasi took a look. All right, let us set off for the trip. Then came Jing Benfu's Ford. Hurrying along, Xing Depao put on his cannon gear. Xing Daodan wrapped himself in a canvas bag as well. Just head towards the Xisha Islands. Sure enough, by the early morning of July 12th, we entered the waters of the South China Sea. Justin was really on edge. Everyone, pay attention. Send someone to keep an eye on that AIS for me. It absolutely cannot fail. We must ensure the AIS is functioning properly. Well, someone might ask, what exactly is AIS? The full name of AIS is the Automatic Identification System for ships. This system is like a transponder. It continuously and automatically transmits information to shore-based monitoring stations and other vessels. Send your location, speed and heading information, etc. You can think of it as a transponder at sea. It is like openly broadcasting on the sea. I am the Benford. I mean no harm. My speed is 25 knots. I am sailing freely. Heroes, please do not take action against me. I will just make a turn and leave. Even so, On the first day that Benford entered the South China Sea, 2 J-16s were spotted approaching. Captain Justin saw this, and he thought, here it comes. Relay my orders. Adjust the main gun to its initial position for me. Turn off all the radars. Oh, look at this life sign. So what does it mean for the main gun to stay in the initial position? It is at the bow of the ship. The main gun is in a proper position. It gives the impression that no one is in charge. This is the standard port entry procedure for the Navy. Sing means you can rest assured. If you hit me, I won't fight back. Is Sing radar turned off? Then even better. Aren't you flying the J-16? Then I will close my eyes. I won't watch you. If you kill me, that is your business. I do not care anymore. As a result, these 2 J-16 fighters and the Panda are also caught in the net, huh? Is this Ford 2 radar broken? Why is there no signal at all? Could it be some advanced technology? Maybe we should interfere a bit. Hey, among these 2 J-16s, one of them is a J. That guy from 16D said W. He does not have any signal. What are you even interfering with? Let us just dive down and take a standard bombing position, see if he reacts at all. It is this J-16 aircraft. They dove straight at the USS Ford, but the USS Ford did not even notice. There was no reaction. Nothing at all. When the J-46 was diving, they even saw sailors on the USS Ford wearing their trousers and running around. They were not even prepared for battle. These 4 pilots, after discussing, maybe we should go back. This is pretty boring. Let us have the deputy send a ship over to check it out. This Ford has turned into a yacht. The only thing left to do is send these 2 J-16 fighters back. But not long after, this Panda sent out another Type 054A missile frigate. This ship is the famous Chengning. We have talked about it before. This type of frigate generally excels in anti-submarine and air defense operations. So why did the Panda send over a 054F frigate? Sing Panda is also a player here. You coming over with this good fortune is just a feigned retreat, right? Is there a submarine down there? Then we should send a 054A over to take a look. What if there really is a submarine? Then we take action. The QN is getting close to the USS Ford. And we see the USS Ford standing tall and unmoving, doing its own thing, just going about its business. The crew on 05C took a look through the binoculars. Goodness, those soldiers on the ship's side, each one has something that looks like a landmine on their chest. What the heck is this secret weapon? I adjusted the binoculars for a closer look. Turns out each one is holding a coconut. They were making coconut water. The sailors on the idle ship were stunned. He is wearing floral pants. I thought we were in Hawaii. Just as I was saying that, we saw the first officer from the Bonfort. He came out of the cabin fishing with a rod. He threw out a fishing rod. Captain Chengning on the ship looked confused. Wow, everyone's here on vacation. Have our sonar detected the submarine? Our sonar operator reports to the commander. There are no submarines within a 100-kilometer radius underwater. Captain of the Jingzhanjing was furious but laughed. Go tell them to speak up. Tell them to get lost. Came here to fish, huh? The sailor next to him said. That is not possible. The commander has turned off the radar. Can't get in touch. So upon hearing this, the captain of the Panda was completely furious. Go signal them with flags. Tell them to turn on their communication system. Not long after, the Chengning began to call out to the Xingben Fude. Get lost quickly. Who told you to come fishing? Do you have a fishing permit? I just heard the Benford on the other side say received. We are leaving right away. Hey, reel that rod in. The officer won't let us drop it. Let us go, 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 go. This is July 13th, 2022. The Fort Worth turned around and headed south. Hey, why is it heading south? Because, at this time, the lead general was directly south of the South China Sea, roughly near Java Island in Indonesia. Our Xianning was following behind all along. At first, the Panda still thought this Ford ship went to rendezvous with the main fleet. But by July 16th, it suddenly turned around. Along the South China Sea baseline of Panda, heading northeast, this 054A looks at the throat. Why did it change course? Only after contacting the Ford ship did we find out. So this Fude ship, is quite heartless. It says my mission is complete. Aren't you on Zaohua Island, Legion? Then I will come find you. I will be following the military behind. You two should meet and talk. As a result, on July 16th, the USS Ford has just arrived at the South Sandwich Islands. Here, the commander of the carrier strike group, George Stankoff, is furious. You bastard, what are you bringing me here for? Aren't you looking for trouble? Get out of here quickly. Captain on the USS Ford, Zhang replied. Hey. Sir, you assigned me that task. I completed it. I went to Zisha. I am done. If I am not looking for you, who else should I look for? George Wickham was furious. What you completed is worthless. You took the coconut to complete the mission. Look, you still have not changed back your floral pants. But you can't say that about George Wick. You were supposed to deliver death, but you did not succeed. So you have to take another life for Josti. Now I will give you another life. Turn your Benford around and cross the Taiwan Strait. When Josti heard this, my head buzzed loudly. Everything went black before my eyes. My throat turned sweet. I almost spat out blood. I thought, does my leader want me dead? I came to the Shisha Islands, finally escaped death, and now he is sending me to the Taiwan Strait. That panda would be crazy not to kill me. I wanted to argue a bit with the boss. But then I thought, what they really want is my life. Can I still reason with them? I saw the GST let out a long sigh. This truly is the end for me. At that moment, the first mate on the Fortune said something, Captain. Do not panic. I have my own clever plan. When Xingjias heard this, his eyes lit up. What is your clever plan, sir? Save me. What clever plan does the Fortune have to turn death into life? We will talk about it in the next segment. My fiery tea here has been online for 75 days and 10 hours. It is completely sold out. You can imagine how good it is. According to back-end records and customer feedback, the satisfaction rate is as high as 99%. Hope everyone will leave more reviews after trying it.